What do you think about games journalism?
I think it's an incredibly noble endeavor. In the same way that I think any form of journalism is very noble. I think it's a noble endeavor being pursued by ignoble people. A lot of the time, I think a lot of the people within games journalism right now are they don't want to be there. They don't want to be there. They don't like video games, and they want to be doing something else. And to those people, I just say, well, go do something else. It's fine, but if you're not interested in what you're writing, what you write will not be interesting. If you don't have a passion for it, why are you here? I think it can be something beautiful, gaming journalism. It can be something that really brings people together. I think we're seeing that now with the rise of sort of YouTuber journalism. I think that's incredible. I think we're finally getting sort of the enthusiastic journalists that we've been wanting for so long. I know video games on YouTube, sort of YouTube journalism side, that was a thing around GamerGate, but it was nowhere near as big or as official as it is now. Nowadays, we have YouTubers that have, or at least it feels like, a similar amount of clout and a similar amount of gravitas to sort of the old school games journalism websites. We didn't have that at the time, and I think that now it's a beautiful thing to see it blossom. Um, I mean, just to rattle off a few names, I know as skillup. Well, I say recently, relatively recently, in terms of the events we're talking about, has started up his channel, and all I can see from him is fantastic journalism, great attention to, yes, the ethical side of it, um, great attitude. He's now got the clout and the gravitas behind him to get invited out to different shows, different events, and whatnot. And he just puts out a great product. You can tell he's enthusiastic, which is wonderful to see. Um, and we're seeing new people like him spring up all over YouTube, spring up all over the internet. And I think it's really starting the people in the old school video game websites, they're gonna have to pull their boots up and really work hard to sort of outdo it, or they're gonna die off. Um, Either way, I think it's actually a pretty good time for games journalism. It's as long as you have a wider perspective of what games journalism can be.
What can games journalism be?
Well, to me, games journalism is about sharing a passion, sharing news, sharing information around video games with as many people as you can. That's the end goal of journalism, to inform, and we're just seeing that sort of explode out. I mean, I never thought back in Gamergate days that I would watch a YouTube channel that was the news every day, that didn't cover specific video games, but just covered the industry. And now I watch YongYea, and YongYea, that's what it is. It's just industry news, and that's beautiful to see. It keeps people informed. It's exactly what we need. Um, so when it comes to games journalism, it doesn't just have to be dry reviews or interviews with certain devs. It can be talking about the social issues. It can be talking about the social justicey side of it if you want. It can be talking about uh, writers' strikes. It can be talking about different people passionate to start a specific game idea. Like I know Henry Cavill is looking to get into the video game scene. Like people talking about that, it didn't really happen in the same way during Gamergate. At least I didn't see it. And what we're seeing as well is a rise of the independent journalist, which shows a lot more passion, I think, than a lot of these sort of dry articles. And it really helps build and foster the feeling of community. And it means that a lot of people out there who may be feeling alone and maybe feeling like they don't belong anywhere, it can give them a sense of community, and I think that's incredibly important. And I think journalism can be a incredible flagstone for which people can rally around, even if it itself doesn't have to be. It doesn't really have to cater to the community. The community will build itself and cater to itself a lot of the time around journalistic icons. Um, that's my opinion on it anyway. I think it can be beautiful, and I hope it continues going the direction it's going. I think it's going great.